Hello, folks. So, after waking up today and pondering my life decisions over a nice bowl of Regrettios, I discovered that the powers that be thought it might be funny to drop the big Khazan update only mere hours after I'd made a video discussing what we had in store and what we can expect to be seen fixed. So, if you do stumble across this thumbnail, just go ahead and ignore it. Of course, we're not wasting any time and we're getting straight into this. There's an awful lot to cover here, so starting from the top, we have the level of gear which can be acquired through shop and crafting will now be based on accumulated experience and lacrima rather than character level, and character level reset will no longer affect the gear level available in shop or crafting, allowing the usage of gear to match overall progression. Now, funnily enough, I was playing around with crafting just hours before the update, and I can confirm that at character level 81 and skill tree level 44, I was crafting gear out at level 80. I booted up the game today, and with 0 changes made to my levels, gear is now being crafted at level 91. For good measure, I leveled up 5 times and then checked again, and it was still capped at 91, likely due to my skill level being roughly half of that. Overall, we can all expect to see slightly better crafted gear moving forward. Next, we have fixed an issue where high-grade item drop rate stats for the Bard set were not properly applied to epic and legendary items in New Game Plus. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Up next, we have fixed an issue where brutal attack health recovery option was not applied when using brutal attack execution or brutal attack descent. Fixed an issue where enemy defeated health recovery option was not triggered when defeating enemies with brutal attack execution or brutal attack descent skills. So in a nutshell, issues have been fixed with a lot of the life restoring skills. Next, we have further adjustments to enemies in New Game Plus. First, adjustments to monster weak point stats in multiple playthroughs fixed an issue where monster shatter durability and stamina recovery speed was not applied normally in New Game Plus. Additionally, they've improved an issue where certain level ranges, excluding the boss battles, may cause frustrating and overly exhausting experiences rather than challenging, with all of the affected missions listed right here. I'll edit in a fun little pause screen or something. Moving on, we have general improvements to NPC dialogue, not overlapping with real-time sequences. Nothing major, but nice nonetheless. Coming up next, we have a really interesting one, and this is the change attribute screen available with Oksana. I'm just going to say this right away. This is a fantastic quality of life upgrade. I literally spent a solid 3 hours last night researching and scripting a video discussing the random attribute options and max caps. This has, for the most part, made a lot of that video obsolete, but being able to see options each gear piece has and what the max stats are for attributes was a much needed improvement. Next, we have general improvements to the Soulstone UI. It will now highlight yellow when an upgrade is available, and there's some minor changes to the display text, etc. But most importantly, they have added a reset option for Soulstone Unleash, meaning we can now respec our Soulstone upgrades, which is a very solid improvement. For good measure, I checked to see if the Vengeance points can be reset within Khazan's memories, and currently they cannot. Next, we have some general improvements to New Game Plus, more or less how it's initiated and the game acknowledging it more. Up next, we have consumables will replenish from storage when dying, so long as there are consumables within the storage to be used. Next, we have improvements regarding the Samsung Odyssey 3D monitor. So if you're using one of these, then the system settings for 3D environments will now be found under settings and then graphics, and they note a few overall improvements just here. For the final part of this video, we do have a list of bug fixes, so let me just sip my tea and we'll start firing them off. Fixed an issue where Dungeon NPC no longer sells items after all dungeon jars have been collected. Fixed an issue where removing and re-equipping certain heroes' gear set pieces would restore HP to full. Fixed an issue where Phantom Form is retained when defeating and retrying a boss monster. Fixed an issue where using Phantom Heatwave skill while having the Phantom Absorption skill unlocked would grant immunity to the initial elemental damage. Fixed an issue where using the Whirlwind Tempest skill during certain boss fights would cause the character to overlap with the boss and prevent the character from moving. Fixed an issue where Battle First skill would not trigger while using Greatsword Spirit skills. Fixed an issue where Phantom Form Death's Denial skill would not trigger when Khazan is defeated in a depleted state. Fixed an issue where certain skills could be used to skip missions. Fixed an issue where under certain conditions, the Singing Hawk's hair item would be permanently deleted after defeating the boss on the side mission Crimson Trace. Fixed an issue where the Brothers Merged Hands item could not be obtained in certain locations on the side mission Last Sentinel. We have improved controls for the Spear, Crescent Strike, and Eagle Wind skills, fixed an issue where unnatural spaces were created during main and side missions, preventing the character from moving, fixed an issue where delayed map loading temporarily caused the environment to appear unnatural, fixed crash issues occurring under certain conditions while progressing the main mission, fixed an issue where the character would be stuck in the map and becomes unable to move in certain locations, fixed an issue where brutal attack could not be used intermittently during Trocker boss fight, fixed an issue where certain elite monsters would reset to their original positions when moving too far away, fixed an issue where the scalpel did not properly engage in combat under certain conditions, fixed an issue where Spore Jocko monster would stop fighting after failing all skill attacks, fixed an issue where rotating lasers would not appear intermittently, fixed an issue where Phantom Knight's Veil skill attack motion and projectile travel distance do not align properly, fixed an issue where background music would not play during situations, fixed an issue where the price of last sold item would continue to be displayed after selling all inventory items within the shop, fixed an issue where the visual effects of certain skills used by Volbano are displayed abnormally. Okay, so no sign of a fix for the Ozma Scroll / recipe bug, where some players are not being rewarded this after defeating the boss, but a lot of the core issues and some of the asked for quality of life improvements have been made already. I'm honestly very happy to see the changes made to Oksana's attribute screen, and the overall bug fixes theoretically should have solved a lot of the issues most players were having. Of course, we're yet to see improvements such as character loadout, skill tree loadouts, and general improvements to inventory management and bank space, but I will keep my eyes peeled, and in similar fashion to this video and the one prior, I will promptly keep you all updated as and when I see anything worth reporting. Regardless, that is it for this one, folks. I do of course have a range of guides on the channel, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.